Hey everyone, Matt here from Dukes Models. Do you ever suffer from starter's block? So, what the hell is starter's block? Well, think of it kind of like writer's block. Now, there are many forms of writer's block. There's not having any ideas. There's getting several layers into a draft and realizing, oh shit, I made a mistake 100 pages back, and then being kind of stuck as far as how to go back and correct it and sort of running out of creative juices later in the game. But a really common form of starter's block is having too many ideas and not being able to really settle on one of them. It's like, oh, I want to write about this, but then, oh, what about this? But what about this? And it just overwhelms your focus, and so you can't really settle on any one path. There's always that sort of wandering eye towards a different story, a different angle, a different approach, a different character. I kind of equate that with this idea of starter's block in modeling, which is I just finished this months-long build, and I'm looking forward to tackling something new, but the thing I thought I wanted to tackle, shut up, compressor, but the thing I wanted to tackle maybe isn't really kicking the juices the way that it was a week ago. And the thing that was kicking the juices 2 weeks ago isn't really anymore, or maybe it is again. So it's this whole, what do I build next? I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that, I'm interested in this other thing. How do I settle on one? How do I get started on it? And this is hitting me pretty bad right now with the next big 1/32 scale jet. So a few weeks ago, I was convinced that when I finished the 104, my next build was going to be an Academy FA-18C, and I was going to do it up as a Desert Storm Hornet, slinging Mark 84s underneath, which I know sounds kind of weird. Not the most usual loadout for those things. This one in particular aircraft is documented as having carried them on a mission where it actually shot down a MiG. So, historical accuracy and all that, plus Mark 84s under a Hornet are cool, etc. Anyway, I was dead set on doing this Hornet, and then something flipped, and I was like, wait, Hornets are awesome, but maybe I want to do an F-15. Maybe I want to do a big F-15C. Just that started digging a hole into my brain. And so last night, I did a very quick, rough tape job of this gigantic, way back so you can see it on the camera, this gigantic beast of an aircraft. And, was looking forward to it, and then kind of wasn't. I'm still looking forward to it. It still looks like a fun aircraft. The wing fit is kind of dicey and needs some attention, but I'm not scared of it in the least. It's more a matter of paying attention as it's being built and maybe doing some modifications to how it actually slots into the fuselage. However, as I was taping it together, I started having, do I really want to try to go with the kit cockpit, or do I want to bring in Ares or something like that? Do I want to build it canopy up, canopy down? Do I want to wait until these new Speed Hunter decals that are coming out for the F-15s actually land and I have them in my hands? Do I need to do more research to understand what sort of cockpit layout it's got? That sort of thing. Just all these questions started flooding my mind, and I thought, wait, that sounds like a lot of work, and maybe not the work I'm exactly into at the moment. Which had me thinking, well, what if I brought back the Hornet? Or what if I went and brought out the big intruder I was working on last year? The one that got put away because it was, summertime, which is spider time in the garage, and it was too big to really hide anywhere. Well, it's early March. I've still got a few months. I could still potentially knock that out, and I've got some awesome new seamless intakes for that bastard. So maybe that could come into play. And it's that sort of questioning back and forth. What do I want to do? What do I want to build? Really, really aggravating. And this is a thing that's gotten me into trouble in the past, because I'll be like, well, I'm going to build this one. I may not be feeling it as much as I was a few weeks ago, but fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. And then a few weeks in, I realize, wait, the juices have kind of flown the coop on this particular build. And that's how I end up completing 4 builds in a year, when I could have easily, if I'd stuck to my guns and really kept with various projects, could have done easily twice that. So for now, I think I'm going to sort of sit back. I've got enough other projects going on. I've got... this one kills me. I'm working on a car. The this base thing is great, but it keeps falling off if you hold it wrong. Anyway, I'm working on a car, Porsche 934. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying very hard to just keep laughing every time I look at that because it's ridiculous. I've also got the 1/72 Sea King that's sitting over on the photo table. It's glossed, it's ready for decals. It'll be off the bench before too much longer, I hope. I'm also planning, so I'm trying to get this out of here without knocking the camera arm. I've also got planning, or in the planning stages, a SBD5 Dauntless. This is Trumpeter's kit. Really nice kit. You know, if you look in here, the wing rivet detail, at first it looks kind of intense, but when you look at the actual pictures of the actual Dauntless, the wings did look like that. The only thing that kind of perturbs me is the fuselage detail. All of this is recessed, and on the real Dauntless, if you check them out in museums, all these rivets on the fuselage are raised, and they're tiny. So, you know, I figured this is close enough, right? But anyway, this one is definitely happening. It's just a matter of really kicking it off in style. So I think because of that, I might just hold off on jets for, you know, a week or two. I've got enough else to keep me occupied. But this is a really, really fucking frustrating situation that seems to pop up around the time that I finish any build. It's like, I want to build this. No, I want to build this. No, I want to build that. And getting through that is a pain in the ass. So I'm curious, what does everybody else do? You know, if you have this sort of first world problem of, oh, damn, I have too many awesome kits to choose from to build. How do you choose what to build? Is it just whichever one is top of mind when you go to pull that, you know, pull the next kit out of the stash and put it on the bench? Is it planned months in advance? I mean, I know I've tried sort of planning out builds. You know, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that, I'm going to build that. But I have yet to ever have it actually work. So I try to keep things a lot looser than that and just sort of go with what's really hitting me at the moment. It's just in the case of these big ass jets, a lot of things are hitting me at the moment and nothing's hitting me at the moment. So that's my quandary. Anyway, until then, I'll get back to the Sea King. I'll, you know, get back to the silly ass car here, and I will get a start on the Dauntless. So anyway, curious to know how you deal with starter's block. You know, hit me up in comments on my Facebook page at Dukes Models or on my blog at dukesmodels.com. And that's it. Happy modeling, and hope y'all are actually making progress on the kits that are on your bench.